It says I'm live. I'm not quite sure. It says it is. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm your humble host, Mr. David Null, also known as Hawkeye Two Feathers. And I greet you with the love and the honor of the infinite creator. And I continue to pray that each and every day, that each and every one of you will continue to learn how to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings from the universe. How you doing, Travis? How are you? Um, yeah, I'm using my cell phone. Let me tell you. Last night when I got done with doing Robert's show, um, the Milky Way Soul Tribe thing, and our Tuesday night get together and storytelling. Well, I logged off with him, and we use StreamYard. I went ahead and tried to do my Tuesday after the show YouTube video, and set everything up and went to go live, and it said YouTube can't do this because another camera is in use. And so I was like, well, but I don't have any other programs running that would use my camera. So I turned it off and reset and did stuff because it has happened before in that, it's, that YouTube said that another camera was being used. Okay. So I use Chrome inside of Windows 10 just for y'all's, how do I use this? And I've been using it for years, right? At least 2 years now. And so I've had tiny little issues, but nothing much. The chat is very small down here on the bottom. Great you in full screen, though, instead of something. Chrome uses camera for Google Lens. Yeah. Well, I talked with Barry earlier this evening. So last night I spent an hour and a half trying to go online. And I did all kinds of stuff. I went into, the deleting cache and this and all kinds of stuff, right? And cookies and all the things that I thought that would have possibly, interfered with another camera, quote, being used, within the programs. So while talking with Elderberry earlier this evening, we was online chit chatting. And so what I did was I opened up the computer while we were chatting and I was doing this. And he goes, well, have you tried this? Yeah, yeah. So what I ended up doing was I'm using this thing around my neck, by the way, and it bounces. So if you see it going up or down, that's this thing around my neck. So I absolutely deleted Chrome altogether. Okay. And reinstalled it. Completely fresh, new, a complete new, there shouldn't be anything in the way to keep me from, doing a live stream because I completely deleted Chrome and reinstalled it. Okay. So there were no previous things that should have remembered or anything. I went into the Windows directory and deleted things. And so here's my update on this. So I reinstalled Chrome, had to do some, I had to log back into Chrome using my email account and so forth. And it still said, nope. YouTube says that another camera is being used. Okay. So now I am currently looking at my screen on the computer, and it says, and I'm using Bing. So I'm using a completely different Microsoft backed browser instead of DuckDuckGo or Chrome. I go in, I had to re-sign up into YouTube and everything. Reestablish, blah, blah, blah. Got it working. YouTube on Bing, and tried to go live, and it said the same thing, that YouTube says there is another camera in use. Now, like I said, I spent 2 hours last night, and I finally gave up. And I just said, well, I'll reboot everything in the morning, which I did this afternoon talking with Elderberry. And after having spent several hours now trying to figure this out, to try to get my computer to work again, whether I use a different browser doesn't matter. Whether I have, like I said, I reinstalled Chrome all the way from the beginning. I deleted the YouTube app on a phone and tried to reinstall it. And no bueno, it just doesn't run on YouTube anymore. Yeah, that's weird, Travis. How y'all doing out there? So what I thought might have been a Chrome issue ain't a Chrome issue. Okay. And so obviously, it's something having to do with YouTube, I'm assuming. And here I am using my cell phone to do a live feed, and I'm a lot closer to the screen than I normally am. And sorry for looking at my ugly face, but it's like, how come literally all of a sudden after using StreamYard last night, with Robert, and apparently we didn't have any issues because that it, as far as I know, it went off without a hitch. Our 1 hour and 59 minute, we made it just under 2 hours. But anyway, and like I said, all I did was, quit the StreamYard, and I went right to YouTube like I normally do on Tuesdays. And I went right to, I already had my, what the title was going to be for last night's show and so forth. And lo and behold, I can watch YouTube, but every time, no matter what platform I'm using, like right now, I've got Bing open. No matter what I do, I can't go live because it says that there's another camera operating. So I'm doing this video using my cell phone, and like I wanted to see whether or not it would give me the same error message. So apparently, I can Google it. I did Google it, but I'm going to have to Google why YouTube, there must be an issue with YouTube. That's all I can say. Whatever the issue with YouTube is, it's got to be with YouTube, because, or they're blocking me by not allowing me to use my camera. Now, if that were true, I would not be able to use this camera. Maybe, and meaning if they had blocked my YouTube account or set up some kind of something, I would have assumed that it would happen because of my Gmail account, DWNO52 at Gmail, right? Okay, so if he tries to get online, we're not going to let him. We're going to give him an error message that, he's got there's another camera in use. Well, so I changed platforms, and I changed, browsers. I've reinstalled, Google Chrome. I reinstalled the other browser. I reinstalled DuckDuckGo. Everything is a fresh reinstall, and it still says you have another camera you know, in being that's using, there's another app that's using your camera. So now I don't have another app. I can use the camera and it will just take a picture. So the camera is working independently within the program, just as a camera. Okay, I can take a snapshot. But when I try to use it with YouTube, there's another camera being used. Well, if I try to just use the camera, it says you're the only camera being used. So I don't know how this glitch is working, but it's obviously a glitch somewhere in the programming. So from now on, I guess it appears that I'm going to have to use my cell phone here and set up a little better. I'm using this gizmo around my neck, and it's very uncomfortable. But I haven't figured out how to set up the camera in front of me to videotape me yet. So I'm a little I'm a little new at this one. I got a couple ideas, but I wanted to get on here because, normally I've done some videos by now, and it's not because I didn't want to do a video, it's because I couldn't. I literally couldn't use a camera. Hey, Dominic, how are you? David, Never, Null, and Void. I'm always in a void there, Dominic. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well on your end. But I don't know if anybody else is having this issue. They might be having the issue, but they can't get online because their camera won't work. I don't know if this is, but I haven't tried to do a live video on my home computer recently, so I don't know how long the issue may have started or when it may have started or whatever. But last week I did a couple of videos and everything worked okay. I didn't have any issues, but now all of a sudden last night and today, YouTube's got an issue with me. So this is how the format's going to be for a while. I'm going to be using my cell phone. I did at one point, but have no clue how I solved it. But it wasn't me trying to live, so maybe not the same. Well, I don't have I don't have an account with Rumble or StreamYard or anybody like that to try to do a video and live to see if the camera issue goes across platforms, because YouTube is the only platform that I use at the moment. But apparently I'm going to have to try to start using Rumble and StreamYard and some of these other formats because, I've been using YouTube now for a bunch of years. And I thank YouTube, I do, for allowing me to do these videos and express my point of view. But if there's going to be issues like that to where I haven't tried to upload a video. So one of the next things I'll do is I'll do a video, not live, but I'll just do a video and then upload it. I uploaded a video when we went down to the river last week, and it seemed to work okay. But I did upload it from the cell phone here, so I don't know what the differences of my home computer versus my cell phone here. Have I recently updated anything? Well, Chrome recently updated, which is like every 2 weeks or so, they got another update. But here's the thing, if it was a Chrome update, I uninstalled Chrome entirely and started all the way over from scratch. Well, and it's not a Chrome issue because right now I've got on my screen over there, I'm using Bing through, oh, what is the name of the Anyway, it's the Microsoft Edge. The Microsoft Edge is what I'm using, and it uses Bing as uh, the internet provider thingy browser. So, but Bing isn't allowing me to do it either. So if it were a Chrome issue, my deleting Chrome entirely and reinstalling it should have fixed that issue if it were a Chrome issue. But then I said, okay, now if it's not Chrome, then let me try another browser, which is I'm using Bing, and it still doesn't work. So my assumption is at the moment is that it's a YouTube issue, okay? It's not a browser issue because Bing should have fixed it if it was a Chrome issue or a DuckDuckGo issue. Reinstalling Chrome should have fixed it. It didn't. So here I am doing this video explaining this about this because if anybody else has had an issue with this, but at the moment, this is how it's going. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time here on this subject, but I did want to notify everyone that, if you seem to think that I'm not online for any particular reason, there is a very particular reason, and it has to do with I can't effectively on my laptop and whatever program's going on there, I cannot get a camera to work. So I'm going to let y'all go with this subject, and I'm going to go take a break and see if I can, since I know that the cell phone, how is the sound? I don't like you anymore. That's not it, Travis. I have wasted a half a day in trying to get this stuff to work. So audio's good because I've got it in this little gizmo thingy here. And I was worried as to whether or not it was covering up the microphone. So I'm guessing that it's that part's working all right. So that's good. Well, I'm going to shut this off, and I got another subject that I started earlier to try to discuss, and since I'm already kind of wound up and keyed up, I'm going to reset this thing and start another video in about 10 minutes. So if y'all are still up, give me a ring and come back by, and I'll have another discussion. So I love you all. Be safe. And remember, I continue to pray each and every day that each and every one of you will continue to learn how to accept and receive the knowledge, the healing, the wisdom, and the many blessings in the universe. And with all the things that seem to work out just fine, you never know when a hiccup's going to come along and just ruin your day, So it is what it is. Phones have two mics, top and bottom. I don't know whether that's true on this phone, Travis, but as long as you can hear me well, I'll not screw with the how I got it set up here, and I will be back shortly. Okie doke. All right, let me see if I can shut this thing. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. And so give me 10 minutes. Let me go fill up my coffee and reset this, and I'll be back. Okay, love y'all. Bye.